it has 18 grams of plant protein. And of course, as I mentioned, we have prebiotic fiber, 0 grams of sugar, right? And then of course we have, as I mentioned, cacao. And so this was carefully crafted and produced, and I'm just excited to finally share with you all the first product. What's good, family? Welcome back, Inner Wealth Champions, and you're checked in with Amir Nazir. Before we get started with today's video, family, as always, I wish you all inner wealth, which we know is the overall state of our holistic health, family. Today's video will be about how I created the first product for Afya Organic. And I have it right here, as you can see. So this is our first product right here. All right, so it is our raw cacao plant-powered protein powder. Amazing. So today's video will be about how this product was created, right? So I'll explain it through steps, right? So step number 1, I was inspired, of course, by my own journey. You know, I embarked on this journey, as I mentioned, shortly after, I had studied abroad in Cape Town, South Africa. You know, cacao was a superfood that was very monumental in my experience when I, became plant-based. It was just very beneficial to my health overall with regards to, just enhancing my mood, my energy levels, even my cognitive functioning development. So cacao was a superfood that from my own personal experience, I had a lot of health benefits with this particular plant-based superfood. In addition to that, I remember, consistently hearing, myths, surrounding protein, but more specifically plant-based protein. These myths that were pretty much stating that, protein, is only sufficient if it's coming from animal source or a flesh source, and that it's not sufficient if it's coming from, a plant-based source, and, you can't get enough protein from plants alone. And this is actually not true. So science and scientific research proves that plants definitely provide us with sufficient protein, right? And so this was just that beginning, stage of, creating something that I knew there was a need for, not only based on my own personal experience, but even based on, having, performed market research and having talked with other people who were either plant-based themselves or weren't plant-based. I noticed the correlation between my experiences and a need, right? For people who were embarking on this journey, and also for people who may have, believed in the myths surrounding, plant-based, protein, or protein as it relates to someone becoming plant-based, right? And so that was, I would say, one of the earlier steps in how this product then began to get formulated, right? So then step number 2, I validated this, product idea, right? So I ended up first performing, market research. So I remember I drafted a survey, I sent it out to, many people, just gathering data with regards to, plant-based nutrition, in regard to people's needs, right? Are there any mineral, needs that people are seeking to, enhance or correct, or just prevent from, falling into a deficiency category? Are there any, macronutrients, other aspects of health, mood, any mood, changes that one may be experiencing, or again, I mentioned energy. Again, this survey was holistic purposely, so to address any needs that one may have wanted to address, right? And it didn't have to be a need where the person was deficient in, let's say, a micronutrient or macronutrient, or, protein, but maybe this said person, and I crafted the survey intentionally this way, wanted to continue to adopt a preventative and proactive approach to sustaining their health, right? And so again, this, survey that I created, it was to perform, market research, get the real and raw data from, potential customers themselves, and this would help me again continue to create, a product that would actually serve the needs of my community, because now I've validated the need for the product, right? I've validated that there's a need for this product on the market, that it would perform well in the market, and that, again, it is something that is of a need and also solves a problem, right? So that's the root of the survey, is to be able to validate the need for the product, assess value proposition with regards to the product and its impact on my community, and also actually specifically hear from those who I'm potentially serving, their health goals, concerns, and needs. And all of these different things holistically help with regards to developing a product, right? And so then the next step, right, with regards to creating this product, I then, developed a product brief, right? So the product brief was a write-up of the ingredients that I wanted to include in this product. It was a draft of the sources of protein that I wanted to include in this product, right? And so this was, a one-page brief that just detailed, the product, detailed ingredients to include in the product, and it was pretty concise, right, and straight to the point. Afterwards, the next step then, after I drafted the product brief, I then, researched over approximately 5 suppliers on Alibaba. And so I then began to search for suppliers through this platform, right? And so after doing some research, I came across, as I mentioned, shortly above 5. And, from there, I remember, of course, sending out the product brief, being in conversation with suppliers to assess if what I drafted can be manufactured, if it can be fulfilled, if it can be created, right? And so from then on, I remember narrowing then that search down after I, conversed with a little over 5 again, then minimizing that number to then 3 main suppliers. So at this point, I was at a point where I was able to order product samples. Again, the product brief was created, it was submitted. I was able to converse with the few of the suppliers that I spoke with. I was able to converse with them about, again, based on the product brief, just, what ingredients to include, and, of course, why I was including these ingredients, and then what form did I want this product to be in. For example, some people may contact the supplier and tell the supplier, hey, let's, I just want to vitamin gummy. For example, you have those products where you have vitamins and gum, the gummy form, right? And so again, I conversed with suppliers, and I was able to, finalize, a product to the extent where I then was able to order a sample. So now I'm at the stage of ordering a sample. I choose one supplier at this point, and I go ahead and order my product sample. So after the product sample was ordered, I tested the product, right? So I was able to test the product sample just to ensure that everything was according to, the product brief as is, as described, as drafted. I was able to assess, the packaging. I was able to pretty much assess the validity and credibility of this, sample that the supplier crafted. After the sample was tested and, I was able to confirm that, okay, we have ourselves a legit product, I then was able to placed my first MOQ order, which is minimum order quantity. And after placing that order, I then was able to receive my first round of inventory, right? And so these were pretty much the, steps I took to, create this product. But I just wanted to be able to talk about it in a clear and concise way. Of course, the journey was much more complex than what I'm describing, but I wanted to explain it in a clear and concise way to share with you all how I was able to create the first product for Afya Organic. It wasn't easy. It was definitely, a long road. It was definitely well worth it though. And it took a lot of, time. It took a lot of patience and effort to ensure that the product created was valid, that it was credible, that it would actually align with my initial goal, which is to truly solve, a problem in the marketplace, to truly provide value to my, community and customers and potential customers, right? And to truly align with the values and the mission and vision of Afya Organic. And so today's video, the purpose was to truly just explain how I was able to create the first product. And this is just the first of many, but of course, this is what we're starting with over here at Afya Organic. And again, as you can see here, it's raw cacao plant-powered protein powder right here. And so this is the, first product that I was able to create for Afya Organic. And it is 100% organic, and it includes superfoods. So this product includes cacao. We have organic pumpkin seed, chia seed, spirulina, nullin for your prebiotics. We have probiotics, pure stevia extract. So the product is full with superfoods and has a variety of plant-based protein sources. And also, as you can see here, it has 18 grams of plant protein. And of course, as I mentioned, we have prebiotic fiber, 0 grams of sugar, right? And then of course we have, as I mentioned, cacao. And so this was carefully crafted and produced, and I'm just excited to finally share with you all the first products. Stay tuned for our upcoming launch. And again, I hope you enjoyed today's video where I just simply conversed about how I created the first product for Afya Organic. Again, one of many. And again, family, I truly look forward to seeing you all in the next video. And you already know what I'm going to say. As always, family, until next time, I wish you all inner wealth, which we know is the overall state of our holistic health, family. Peace.